Raila Amolo Odinga is a political figure that needs no introduction in this country. He has contested for a period 5 times. The last time he was called Raila the Fifth. But in all those, he has never succeeded to be announced as the president of the country. If you ask his supporters, they believe that for the 5 times that Raila has contested, it is only in 1997 that he lost. But they believe that from 2007 to 2022, Raila has been winning, but there are dark forces, both local and international, that have connived to rob him of his victory. Raila attracts a fanatical following as well as a sensational hatred from different quarters in this country. And if there is something that Raila has managed over the years, having realized that he believed so much that there are forces that did not want him to be announced as the president of the country, he then decided that he would make it very difficult for every pronounced winner of those elections to rule until they incorporate him. And they are saying that they have tried so much, and Raila, I think, is still asking his gods what exactly happened. As we speak, the ODM is still blowing hot and cold. We are not sure whether they are going to fill a presidential candidate in 2027 or not. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Don't forget to like and share our videos. Ladies and gentlemen, the main purpose of forming a party is to capture power through the available democratic means. Raila Amolo Odinga, through Pondo Kaluma, told William Ruto one day in a church in Osingishu that they have tried so much to capture that power through the available democratic means, but they have never been successful. And so they have decided that William Ruto being an idiot, they can now work together, despite the fact that they had told Kenyans and assured them that they would not join William Ruto. Listen to Pondo Kaluma.
Na la mwisho, naona hata nikiongea Your Excellency bado wanauliza hii watu wamekuja kweli. Hatutoki. Mahali tumetoka si ndio mbali? Kutembea kutoka Sudan, Uganda mpaka ufike huku. Sasa kutembea kutoka Kisumu na Moiben. Rais hatutoki. Mine is to warn you to respect the presidency. We are searching for it. Hatujawahi pata sisi upande ule. And we will help you. And to caution you that people who come last like us. Si Biblia husema people went to harvest, lakini mwishowe hata wale walitoka nini walipata sawa. Tumekuja, and Your Excellency, thank you very much. You are giving us better than them. Better than them. Give us more because we are your prodigal sons. Your prodigal sons.
But ladies and gentlemen, that decision and declaration that they were joining William Samoei Ruto is a decision that Raila will forever regret. In this video, I want to show you why Raila Amolo Odinga, having worked with Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi for a period of a short time, having forced Mwai Kibaki, who I believe did not even steal his votes but robbed at gunpoint, robbed him of those votes. He forced him and they worked together, and he worked with Uhuru Kenyatta and now William Samoei Ruto. If there is one person, if there is one handshake that Raila will live to regret, is this one of William Samoei Ruto. And I understand that this is the first handshake that Raila has succeeded in giving someone from the Luo Nyanza the Ministry of Finance, something that they've never had before. This is the first time that Raila Amolo Odinga has convinced William Ruto to give them Attorney General. In Kenya, public servants are supposed to work for, ni utumishi kwa wote, if you ask me. But then when you listen to the appointing authorities, they want to convince those communities have been given those positions to believe that it is theirs. It is like those ministries help them at individual levels. It is like when you give the Luos a ministry of finance, then all Luos will get money. And if you ask those who support Raila, they will tell you that because of that, they believe that William Ruto is the best president ever. And they believe that this is the handshake that has achieved much compared to all the other handshakes. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me, without much ado, to explain to you why where Raila is sitting now, he's actually in a dilemma. He's wondering whether he made the best decision to join William Samoei Ruto. And I will give you, number one, Raila has constantly blamed the international community for standing before him in victory. Remember the other time there was an altercation between Raila and the former US president to the country, Meg Whitman, when Meg Whitman declared and opined that the 2022 presidential election was the freest ever in the history of the country. And Raila told her off, saying, "Let the rogue ambassador shut up or we will recall her." And Raila believes that America has been standing before him in victory. Now, the number one reason why Raila regrets is because had Raila stuck to his principles, this is the best time that Raila was looking at that victory in the eye. I'm saying this because recently, US has indicated that they don't trust William Ruto anymore, especially after William Ruto visited China and made certain reckless remarks. And they have said that they want to reconsider their relationship with Kenya. In fact, they said they will not build their policies around individuals, around personalities. Rather, they are going to build stronger institutions and maybe support the younger, vibrant generation, the youths, or rather Gen Zs, to ensure that moving forward they're going to work with them.
In President Trump's first term, his administration engaged in talks with Kenya over a potential free trade agreement, a first for sub-Saharan Africa. And now Secretary Rubio and other senior officials have ramped up engagement and confronted threats from al-Shabaab and the Islamic State head-on. Many African nations maintain troubling ties with China, including key national security partners. Just last month, President Ruto declared that Kenya, a major non-NATO ally, and China are co-architects of a new world order. That's not just alignment to China, it's allegiance. I submit for the record the text of that speech. I'm going to enter it in the record at the conclusion of the hearing that describes this. Relying on leaders who embrace Beijing so openly is an error. It's time to reassess our relationship with Kenya and others who forge tight bonds with China. And it isn't just an embracement of China, but also the, quote, new world order, end quote. Watching President Ruto with the Chinese holding hands and talking about a new world order is just stunning. After all the work and effort we've put in there, and to see him talking about a new world order, the new world order was constructed by the United States and democracies, capitalist countries that are human rights loving countries, and the new world order that these countries are talking about is being constructed by the autocracies, the outright communists, socialists, people have no respect for human rights.
That assertion tells me that Raila is thinking that maybe this would be my last chance. Why? Because Raila believes he's been winning elections, but those elections have been stolen. And stealing has been aided largely by the international community, to be very precise, the USA. Now that the USA has fallen out with the Ruto administration, Raila, looking at his age, he's facing his twilight political days. And maybe they would have considered him. And I'm one person who does not entertain external interference with our elections. What I'm just trying to opine is that maybe if people had gone for 2027 with that faith that they had in Raila, Raila would have won and the international community would have not interfered. They would have allowed Raila to be announced as the winner. So wherever they are, in as much as they have those ministerial positions, the biggest role is to win. Raila has always wanted to become the president, not to rule by proxy, not joining after people insult him, that he wants to join through the back door. And I feel that Raila could be regretting why he joined William Samoei Ruto at a time when William Ruto has lost popularity. William Ruto has detached himself from the people, and with that, I believe that maybe Raila is wondering why he made that decision. Number two, apart from the international community that is a major factor in our elections, the other factor that is going to be considered is the factor of Gen Zs, or rather the youths. This country is going to be changed by largely Gen Zs and millennials. Politics has changed so much, and the discourse now revolves around the youths, the way they use the social media to pass the message, the level of knowledge that they have is really worrying William Samoei Ruto. And when they went to the street in June last year, William Ruto knew that this is a force that must not be joked around with. The numbers favor them. The technological know-how favors them. And so they've got everything. I've always repeated in the channel that the day youth will understand that this is the time to sensitize each other, this is the time to say that we will not subject ourselves to be divided along political or tribal lines. The day they will register as voters, and then they wake up in the morning and identify, if not plunge themselves into the political arena, identify one person who they want to vote for. I'm telling you, they will defeat William Ruto with an amount of votes that cannot be stolen. These are the people who Raila has always built his politics around. Raila has always built his politics around youths. At his age, Raila could land in JKIA, and the police, with all the forces and the tear gas and water cannons, try to block him, and all the way from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to the CBD, Raila would go there, surpass the police, and get to the CBD. Why? Because of the youths. They believed in him because Raila used to speak on behalf of the youths. But right now, Raila has lost that support. Instead, they are now saying Raila is a con man, because at the height of Gen Z's kidnappings and murder and torture, Raila got to government. And sometimes I understand where Raila comes from. Raila simply believes, and I don't know what informs his opinion, but Raila believes that had youths succeeded in overthrowing William Ruto, we would have been left at in constitutional crisis. And then he believes that the military would have taken over. But if you understand the history of the military, sometimes the military breaks into pieces, that they disintegrate, and therefore a country gets to war. And I think Raila is looking at Egypt, he's looking at Libya, he's looking at Sudan, and he simply believes that there comes a time when you compromise, because Raila had told us that he would not work with William Ruto. All he wanted was his victory. But that is something that only Raila and those who are around him understand. Many Kenyans believe that Raila betrayed Gen Zs. He took advantage and got into this government. Even after getting to the government, he never spoke about compensation of the youths. He has only said it once, but as a mere formality. He never talked about compensation of those who were killed during Azimio. As a matter of fact, Raila has been using the force. The youths, they go to the streets, some are killed and maimed, and he gets to government. Now, many expected that he could have been kind enough to compensate the families, but he didn't do that. So people believe that he used them. And I believe that whenever Raila is really regretting, because if there are two factors that have really left Raila, are those two. Youths are not with him. The international community might not be with him because he's now working closely with William Samoei Ruto. William Ruto, some call him a spent cartridge. He lied to the people during campaigns. He lied to the church. The church has left him. The mamambogas and the hustlers. And so he has run out of any tactic that he can use to hoodwink people again to vote for him. And people are saying that if it is a free, fair, and verifiable election, William Ruto has no chance. That the only way is to use maybe the IEBC to manipulate elections. When it goes to the Supreme Court, he gets the non-judicial languages like wild goose chase, but in a free and fair election, he cannot win. And Raila would have placed himself, he would have been the best candidate. If you ask many, they tell you they would have considered Raila because he's the one who used to give Ruto a run for his money. He believed he used to win. But now the people who used to plunge him, to catapult him into victory that he believes he got, have left him. Today, if Raila goes to the ballot, the Kisii vote has left him. Majority of the youths have gone. They are not with Kalonzo. That means the Kamba votes are gone. So it's not going to be very easy for Raila to win because of his closeness with William Ruto. He has accepted to carry the baggage and the burden the same way he did in that of Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen, but America severing ties with William Ruto, youth rejecting him, the church is gone, could have been the best opportunity for Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know whether he's got any slimmest chance even to amend the fences. But as things look now, I don't think he has a chance. Do you believe Raila regrets the decision to work with William Ruto? Kindly share with me in the comment section.